Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru. Today we're talking about multiple buildings. We're talking about commercial, we're talking about residential, we're talking about condo associations. One of the big questions we get here at the Flood Insurance Guru is, hey, can all of my buildings be in different flood zones? Is flood insurance going to be required on all of these if they're in different flood zones? So we want to talk a little bit about that today, because we actually just talked to a customer today with this exact situation. So what happens when you got, fields, you've got outhouses, or you got regular buildings all on your property? Maybe you're a commercial business owner, maybe you're an apartment building owner, where we see this a ton every day. What can you do? Well, let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, when it comes to these, flood insurance is only going to be required generally on buildings that are in the special flood hazard area. Does that mean you don't need to purchase flood insurance on the other ones? No, because it means you could get those preferred rates, which is going to give you the most bang for your buck when it comes to coverage. Remember, being in a special flood hazard area and not being in one doesn't mean your property won't flood. It just means from a regulatory standpoint that the federal government's going to require you to carry flood insurance if you have a mortgage. So what about your bank? Are they going to require flood insurance on these? They're going to require them if they're in that special flood hazard area. Now, here's the catch. If these buildings are connected, then they could very well require flood insurance on all of the buildings because of the way they're connected. But if they're detached and not connected, then they may only require flood insurance on those particular buildings. We hear from people all the time say, hey, my bank is telling me I'm in a special flood hazard area. I got to purchase flood insurance on this building, but the building's only worth $5,000. So I only need to put $5,000. As you can imagine, $5,000 is not going to go very far, especially on some of these buildings. Just because your bank is requiring that doesn't mean you should necessarily carry that. We usually recommend carrying what the true replacement cost of these buildings are, because you want to be made whole again. The worst thing you want to happen is a flood occur and you're sitting there with a destroyed building and the bank breathing down your neck because you don't have enough money to either rebuild it or repair it, and now you're on the hook for the difference because the bank didn't require you to carry certain things. So these are all things you want to pay attention to when you're looking at these. So remember, if you've got questions when it comes to flood insurance, flood education, flood consulting, make sure to visit our website, Flood Insurance Guru, where we do these daily flood education videos. You can also give us a call, 205-451-4294. You can also check out our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, where we do these daily flood education videos. Thank you.